Hey everybody, my name is Mike. I am a director of health services here at an assisted living facility in Western New York, and I am coming to you guys today to share another one of my leadership tips that hopefully you can incorporate with your team. So for my team, I have implemented check your mirrors. We all have listened to Michael Jackson's famous song, Man in the Mirror. I don't have any rights to that song, but in that song, Michael Jackson tells us that if we want to make the world a better place, we have to look at ourselves and make a change. So for my team, I teach check your mirrors with intention doesn't equal impact. So with my team, what I have done is I have placed those mini locker mirrors on the inside, of all of our bedroom doors. And I joke with my girls and I'll tell them, yeah, it's not, you can check your mirror and you can make sure that your hair is straight or that you look good walking out the door. But the purpose behind that mirror is to remind you that when you walk out of this door, that you need to be mindful of what you look like to others. And I remind them that when you are doing things, although you do them with probably the utmost intentions, the impact of what you do may not be received the way that you intended it to be. For real life examples, what I give them is when you're talking to a resident, and we all have that resident that we can kind of have banter with back and forth, or that we can joke with a little bit. And so when you're having that banter or that communication with that resident, you want to be mindful of who's around you and what it is exactly that you're saying. Because there could be a family member that's coming around the corner and they don't know that you have that banter relationship with that resident, and what you're doing might be perceived as disrespect or might be perceived as not customer service or customer friendly. Or you could be having a harmless conversation with a coworker in regards to what you did last weekend, what you're doing next weekend, what you're doing after you get off of work, or something going on in your family, and you have the camaraderie with that person to be able to vent to them about your personal situation. You have to be mindful that those around you may be impacted by the things that you may be talking about. But that also ties into how we treat one another. We have to be mindful about the things that we say to our teammates, whether we're talking frontline to frontline or if we're talking leader to frontline. One thing that's unique about my facility is that all of my nurses are supervisors, but that doesn't mean that everybody with the title supervisors knows how to supervise. It's my job as the director of health services to mentor my supervisors on how to be supervisors. So the culture that I'm trying to build within my team is trickling down. But it's also important to make sure that the individuals who we're overseeing also understand the culture that we're building, so they're also presenting that up. See, culture is a two-way street. It's not only about how you present, but it's also about how others will present to you. So when it comes to a model for my department, we will say, make sure that you check your mirrors. Or when we're offering constructive criticism or we're addressing a situation, we'll say, you have to keep in mind, you need to check your mirrors. Or your intentions may not always equal the impact that it has on others. I have even purchased on my own account some little makeup mirrors. And when I have a team member that's having a problem with how they're presenting, I have them carry around a little makeup mirror in their pocket. And then for a extended period of time, I require that to be a part of their uniform. And I educate that teammate that they're going to carry that and they must have that on their person at all times. And random times, either myself or another supervisor may approach them and ask them to see the mirror that was provided to them. And if they don't have the mirror on them, that is a failure to comply with the success plan that we've put in place for you, which now results in progressive disciplinary action. And the purpose of them carrying that mirror is not for punishment, but it is a physical reminder to them of the culture that I am trying to build across this department and how they, as team members, need to be aware of how they're presenting. So yeah, that's check your mirrors, and intention doesn't always equal impact.